Navazon green screen setup video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get a proper green screen. So as you can see here, we have the fabric, green fabric as the backdrop, and it is being held up by two C-stands, one on either side, with the C-stand extension poles horizontal at the top. That's what's holding the fabric, and then there are clips tied to the sides of the C-stand to pull the fabric taut, and so there's no wrinkles. So there's still some wrinkles here at the bottom, as you can see, and we're gonna iron those out, because if that is not tight, then when you do the filming on the green screen, the backdrop will not be perfect. So once you get the fabric green screen set up, now you have to light it properly. As you can see in the middle of the frame here, that is a tube light set to green being held on a C-stand, on a light stand with a C-stand head. That's what's holding the light up. There's one on the right side, and there's one over here on the left side. Both of these are illuminating the backdrop. On the ground, we also have two of these strobe lights set to green, and that's filling the middle of the frame. On either side, we're gonna have C-stands holding these blockers, these fabric blockers that are opened up all the way. And what you want to do is have both of these, when you're shooting in the middle, on either side, you don't want to be able to see the lights. See, like you cannot see the tube lights behind, because what that's going to do is it's going to hit green light on the subject, and that they're going to be green in the video along with whatever background we separate. So set these up. This is a fabric bottom, there's no wiring. The top part is a hard wire. So this bottom part folds up and is velcroed to that top. And what you're going to do is you're going to attach the C-stand with the head onto the fabric to hold it vertically, and make sure there's weights on the C-stand to hold it. Now these things are really big and top heavy, so make sure that you grab this base with both hands. So now we've set up our backdrop, made it tight, we've lit it with green light, and we've blocked the green lights from hitting our subject directly. So then we have two 600D aperture lights, one on either side, and these are to light the subject. And you want equal lighting on both sides, so there's no shadow on the face, unless that's the desired effect for the video. You're going to want to make sure we have heavy sandbags on the base of both of these lights. And we can adjust the light intensity when we have the subject here. And we also adjust the height depending on how tall the subject is. So we have the backdrop set up, we have the blocker set up, we have the green lights set up, and we have the subject light set up. So here is the camera setup. You have the 3-leg fast video tripod with a fluid head on it. We don't normally take these off of the tripods, so they should be there. Then this here is the teleprompter. Right on this black base right here is where the tablet is going to go, with the screen facing upward over here, and that is going to reflect the text for the subject to read. Now over here we have the slider for the camera. The slider attaches to this base that always stays on the teleprompter. This part is normally with the camera, these tubing. Now you're going to mount the camera here with the lens going through here, facing at the subject, and then wrap this fabric around the lens to block any lights coming in. This is the V-mount for the battery that you will connect to the camera. And as soon as you get it set up on the camera here, you're going to want to push this as close to the back of the camera as possible, as to make the weight evenly distributed over the middle of the tripod. Because if it's all the way at the back, like it is now with the big battery on it, it's gonna be unbalanced, and this head is going to drop either down or it's going to drop up, but it will not be even, it will not be stable. So make sure you have equal distribution of weight over the center of the tripod, and always make sure before putting the camera on that you have all of these knobs as tight as you can possibly get them. Now, with this fluid head, it's easily removable, but what that also means is that it is, prone to, fall one way or another. So the most important thing about this tripod and this head is this knob at the base, right here. You have to always make sure this knob is as tight as possible, because if this knob gets loose, for whatever reason, the weight of the camera, or just, it wasn't tight before you got it on there, as soon as this gets loose, this entire head wants to fall one way or another. So constantly check that this knob is as tight as you can possibly make it. As you can see here, these are weights. We have these weights attached to the front of the teleprompter, so that way we can even the weight between the camera that will be over here and the tablet that will be on here. This helps even the weight to, again, get over the center of the tripod. And that concludes this video on how to set up a proper green screen backdrop.